Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and this is going to be a pro analysis of what New York Excelsior do on attack on Horizon Lunar Colony. This is a glimpse into the brand new meta you guys are going to see. Now, of course, if you look at Seoul Dynasty, they are running a Mercy. Now, Mercy is going to get nerfed, but this does not mean Mercy is unplayable. What it means is it opens the door for other supports and other team comps to actually come into the game. Now, what we're going to see here is this team comp of New York Excelsior, which is supremely interesting. We've got one tank. We've got two. I don't know what I'm drawing on the screen. This is terrible. We've got three. We've got, ladies and gentlemen, four tanks. What is going on there? This is quad tank. Now, quad tank, we've seen this before in the past, but usually instead of Moira, it would be Anna. Thing is, Moira wasn't even in the game at that point. So what we're going to see here is a very specific strategy used by New York Excelsior to get onto the point and, well, do work. I mean, let me just break down what these heroes are there for. So, Hog is obviously there to do damage and to pull people into the tank ball, because that's what we're going to have, right? A big ball of the entire team. Reinhardt, well, he's Reinhardt. He's the main tank. He's there to absorb damage. Meko on the D.Va is D.Va again. She's supremely powerful, so you always take a D.Va pretty much in every comp. In fact, D.Va is, in essence, the new Mercy because she's in every comp once Mercy gets nerfed. It's a bit weird. And then we've got Moira. Now, Moira is in this comp instead of the Mercy because Moira does a shed load of healing to targets that are all close proximity, and it means she can charge her ultimate ridiculously fast. Then we've got Lucio. This is for speed boost. This is to get the team in quick. And then we've got the Zarya for the Graviton Surge, and obviously Zarya stuff, bubbles and all that good stuff. So let's play this. Enough of me talking. Let's show you guys what's actually going to happen here, because this is so good. This is so good. Like, also, I just want to reiterate as well, when I say, like, oh, you know, the Mercy meta is dead and things like that, and Moira meta, here we go. Only on certain maps, like Moira meta, you're not just going to roll Moira all of the time. At least I'd be very surprised if that turned out to be the case. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here, because, again, this is supremely interesting. They're walking forward towards the point. What I'm going to do here is just pause this. All right, let's pause this, because what's just happened, right? You might have been able to hear the casters in the background there, but just take a moment to look at this. Jonak, who's a supremely good Zen player, has just got 45% ultimate charge off the initial exchange there. Look at the health on both teams. Nobody's damaged. Look at that, 45%. The nearest person on his own team is Lucio with 9%. Look at the enemy team. Yeah, we've got Kuki on 25. Well, actually, we've got Dragonblade on. I mean, they're never going to get these ultimates up before Magical Moira gets this ultimate. This is just so insane. So watch this. Moving it on to the point, keeping the team together. That's the key thing. Everybody is together. They're on the point. They've got control of the point. What can Seoul know? What can they do now? They have to go into this meatball. And what are they going to... They can't do anything. Look at this. Look at this mess on the screen here. This is exactly what New York want you to do. And this is why, when I watch Overwatch League, I get so excited. Because I see, like, in my head, I wish these things would happen in competitive. But, of course, you know, we go into a game and there's 5 DPS. It's like, God, if only we could have some tactics, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what is going on the screen here. It's a complete mess, right? It's a massive meatball. It's hellish. It's being referred to as the Slambulance comp for Moira, this is. But look at that. Look at that. That is everybody mashed together. Moira is healing through that. Her healing throughput is ridiculous. The output is ridiculous. The enemy team are in there. They've demeched. Well, they've killed the D.Va. Demeched and killed it. Let's just watch this play out. I get so excited when I watch this stuff because it's so awesome. Look at that. She's got her ultimate.
Oh my God, he's already got coalescence and the fight has barely begun.
It's ridiculous. And now it's just sort of cleanup. There's no way Munchkin on the trays can do anything there. Just cannot get into the point. Look at that. Now, it's just insane. One thing that didn't happen there is it didn't have to use coalescence there, Jonah. Now they're going to the final point attack, but we'll see what happens here. I'll be quiet. Well, I won't be quiet. I'll keep talking, but you guys can see what happens here. So they get a really fast pick there onto the Genji, which is awesome there of Sabiobi. I mean, he is an insane player. He plays a ridiculous Tracer and also apparently a ridiculous Hog. And a McCree. My God, it's insane. So this is turning out to be a bit of a brawl on the like on the point, but you can see that New York have taken the initiative. They're getting the kills. They're going to push through here and take the double point cap, right? There's nothing that can really stop them here from Seoul. I mean, Seoul are trying, but they're just getting... It's the typical sort of snowball which happens on 2CP, which, you know, can be annoying. But look what Seoul are doing. They're waiting until the last second. They get onto the point there with the Tracer. They then start filtering back onto the point. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty, you know, it's 2CP, Blizzard's gift to esports. We're going to see some sort of insane comeback. But wait a second. Wait a second. That's right, we've got a Zarya, haven't we? This is why the Zarya is in the comp, right? I didn't want to kind of allude to it earlier on, but I'll explain it now. This Zarya here has now got Graviton Surge. It is one of the best ultimates in the entire game, especially when it comes to 2CP. If you drop that bad boy on, like, think of it this way. This is how New York had a plan for every stage of this map. It was, we're going to attack, we're going to get onto the point really quick with our quad tank Moira Lucio build, we're going to control the point, we're going to kill them. We're going to get a Moira ultimate really quick. If we need to use that, we'll pop it. If we don't, we'll save it. But all the while, Libero is charging his Graviton Surge. He will not have that charge for the first attack. That just will not happen. If their first attack on the first point failed, maybe then Libero's getting close to his ultimate, possibly could use it on the third attack. Maybe that's the get out of jail clause. However, if the first attack works well, which we expect it will, then when we go into the second point attack, we will have Graviton Surge and we can do this. This is the win condition, and that is exactly what they've done. It's just so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Seoul are kind of stalling pretty well. They're going to get pushed off the point, and that's going to be pretty much them kind of done in a second. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, these guys are extremely good, so they can survive for shockingly long times on the point. I mean, look at that. That's a Reaper ult going into that. It doesn't really matter. Look, Coalescence charging so quick again. It's so insane. And finally, finally... There we go. And finally, we get the capture. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to... let me just pause this. I'm going to jump forward. Okay, so take a look at the teams now. This is New York Excelsior back on the attack. Again, this is a slight variation on the quad tank Slambulance build, right? They have a Widowmaker instead of an additional tank. What they're going to do, though, is exactly the same thing they did before. Look at the movement onto the point. They walk around the side, they're all together, they're using Lucio's speed boost to get in there, and they're just sort of like, hey, let's go onto the point, let's do some work. You'll notice there, though, the camera did just drop onto Sabiolbi, who was sitting actually quite far back. This was the variation on the build. Now, they know Seoul Dynasty are not a silly team. They are probably the best team in the league. They are like, right, we know they're going to do this to us again, so we're going to be prepared. We've got the Junkrat. We're going to try and spam them out as they come through and try and build his ultimate really fast. Problem is, they don't account for this Widowmaker, and that Widowmaker was actually a genius swap because what it's done is caused them to respect the space. They can't be, like... They can't be very nonchalant and just walk around like, hey, we can do whatever, because there's the threat of the Widow. And as you'll see, when they lose Kuki, they've got a major problem now, Seoul. They can't take the point. Their main tank is dead. He gets rezzed, yeah, but Zunba's mech has been destroyed, which is not good. You need D.Va and a mech. Toby's killed on the Mercy, and they just start rolling through. And this is how this comp works so well. And this is why I always say, when like you guys playing competitive, just staying together as a team can be such a major advantage. Like if you just stay together as a team and walk forward, you'll win a lot of games. Now, obviously, this is a highly specific build, and it is based around Moira because you need that Moira output. What I would like to talk about now, though, is the way that this is not sort of like God's gift to the Overwatch support meta. You can't just roll this in every game. There will be games where you will get rid of the Moira and maybe take a Mercy, maybe take an Ana even, or, you know, maybe you could go crazy and do like a Lucio Zen, although I wouldn't recommend that because you won't have the massive healing required. The fact is, I think this support meta is going to be really, really interesting. This is a little bit of a glimpse to it. And yeah, sure, the Mercy you're seeing right now is still the powerful Mercy. But the reason why you are seeing New York play this quad tank, Slambulance, Moira Meatball, whatever the hell you want to call this, is because it gets you onto the point really quick. It abuses the map, which is exactly what we want to see in Overwatch. We want to see map-specific comps. What we don't want is a comp that's just rolled in every single map all of the time, because that means it's boring. Like, I'm a Moira player. I would like to see Moira get used, and I expect to see Moira on Horizon Lunar Colony, and probably on maps like Temple of Anubis, or any of the 2CP maps. Maybe you'll see her sometimes on Control Point as well. In fact, is this Control Point? Yeah, 2CP's Control, isn't it? Yeah. Is it what? I always get confused. No, it's Assault, isn't it? Control is King of the Hill. I get confused all the time with that, ladies and gentlemen. But maybe we'll see Moira like that because she works really well when everybody is close together. But then the other healers have got their other sort of strengths that they can use as well. I'm really, really excited for this, guys. Guys, let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. This is a bit of a variation on Pro Overanalyzed because Pro Overanalyzed looks at an entire match. This just looks at sort of little bits of tactics that teams use. And I was really impressed by the way New York Excelsior used this quad tank Slambulance build to get onto the point, and I thought it was really worth highlighting. Also as well, guys, Overanalyzed is coming back. I'm still trying to get everything sorted from when I came back from LA. Everything is backdated. What I'm going to do is look at Sunday as always being an Overanalyzed day and the day where you guys will get the Overwatch League highlights video as well. All right, guys, I'm in Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Oh, and Overwatch League is absolutely amazing. Good Lord.